Right now, you're moving. Even if you're sitting perfectly still, your body is riding on the surface of a planet spinning at about 1,670 kilometers per hour, 1,037 miles per hour at the equator. That's faster than a bullet. And yet, you feel nothing. But what if, in an instant, that spin stopped? Not gradually, not with warning, just stop. It sounds like science fiction, but let's explore what would happen if the rotation of Earth suddenly came to a halt. It would be catastrophic, terrifying, beautiful, and a brutal reminder that we're riding on a fragile miracle. Moment zero, the instant stop. Let's imagine this moment like a thought experiment. Earth's rotation halts instantly. Not the orbit around the sun, just the daily rotation. The 24-hour spin that gives us day and night. What happens? In one word, inertia. The atmosphere, the oceans, every car, building, and human on the surface, all of it is still moving at 1,670 kilometers per hour. The crust might stop, but the air and water don't. A global wind of unimaginable force tears across the surface. Skyscrapers collapse. Entire forests are flattened. Anything not anchored to bedrock is thrown. You wouldn't just fall over. You'd fly. Buildings would shred. Cities would vaporize in wind-driven fire. This is not exaggeration. It's physics. Oceans turn into walls. Now, let's talk water. The oceans don't stop moving just because the land does. At the equator, they surge forward, forming a super tsunami that dwarfs anything humanity has ever seen. Imagine walls of water hundreds of meters high rushing across continents. The Atlantic floods Europe. The Pacific devours Asia. Inland cities are no safer rivers reverse. Lakes surge out of their beds, and coastlines vanish. The oceans obey Newton, not mercy. Earth's shape starts to shift. Earth isn't perfectly round. It bulges at the equator because of its rotation. But no spin equals no bulge. Over time, the planet would begin to reshape itself into a more perfect sphere. This would cause tectonic chaos, earthquakes, volcanoes, mountain ranges collapsing, new ones rising. Places that were sea level would become mountains. Mountains could become valleys. Continents might even shift faster, not over millions of years, but in decades. Gravity gets weird. At the equator, the centrifugal force from Earth's spin slightly counteracts gravity. If the spin stops, gravity increases there. Not enough to crush you, but enough that you'd feel it. You'd weigh slightly more, jump lower, fall faster. Meanwhile, poles would experience minimal change, but sea levels there would rise as water redistributes. Ice sheets in Antarctica might grow, while areas near the equator would flood permanently. Goodbye, magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the motion of molten iron in its outer core, and that motion is influenced by the planet's rotation. Without spin, the dynamo effect weakens or stops. The magnetic field collapses. And with it, our protection from cosmic radiation and solar wind. Satellites die. Power grids fry. Radiation levels on Earth's surface spike. Life as we know it, in danger. A day lasts a year. Without rotation, Earth would no longer have a 24-hour cycle. One side would face the sun for 6 months. The other, total darkness. The day side would make deserts expand, oceans evaporate, heat becomes lethal. The night side would freeze, temperatures plummet to 100 C or lower. Oceans begin to freeze solid, and photosynthesis stops. Twilight zones near the terminator line might remain habitable for a while. But humanity would be on the move, fleeing heat and ice, chasing survival like migratory birds. The sky goes mad. Forget what you know about sunrise and sunset. Without rotation, there would be no daybreak. The sun would hang in the sky and moving, slowly tracking overhead across months. Timekeeping would collapse. Clocks meaningless. Calendars useless. The stars would only shift with Earth's orbit. Constellations would crawl, not spin. The northern and southern skies would no longer turn. Polaris would be frozen in place. Astronomy would become alien. The sky would be a strange, unfamiliar dome. Weather and climate collapse. Earth's rotation drives winds, weather patterns, and ocean currents through the Coriolis effect. Without spin, that system breaks. Jet streams vanish. Hurricanes become impossible. But where's heat distribution across the planet stops? The tropics overheat. Poles freeze harder. Deserts spread. Rainforests dry up. Agriculture fails. Seasons become meaningless. Droughts and floods appear randomly. Climate itself collapses. Life tries to adapt. Some species might survive in the twilight zones, areas between permanent day and night. Mosses, extremophiles, bacteria they might hang on. Humans, maybe in bunkers or artificial habitats. But we'd lose everything we know. Farming as we know it, gone. Global trade, collapsed internet, satellite systems dead, civilization scattered, nomadic, desperate. We'd have to become a new species built to live on a planet that no longer spins. Could it actually happen? So, could the Earth actually stop spinning? Short answer, not likely. The forces required are astronomical, literally. Maybe if another massive object collided with us. Or in billions of years, tidal locking might gradually slow the spin until Earth only shows one face to the sun like the moon does to us. But it wouldn't be sudden. Still, the fact that something so simple, stopping rotation, could destroy us, that's worth thinking about. Fragile miracle. We live on a planet delicately balanced, spinning, tilted, orbiting just right. We take it for granted, but Earth's rotation is not just a cosmic clock. It's our shield, our climate machine, our rhythm, our safety. Without it, we are lost. In the silence of stillness, the Earth screams. So next time you feel like nothing's happening, remember, the only reason you're still alive is because the world hasn't stopped.